I decided to start this reading diaries video literally because I have an exciting unboxing that I wanted to show on camera, but other than that, I have nothing exciting going on this week. It's just gonna be this little segment, I think, and maybe just an update of the books that I'm reading. I want to reread a couple of books because I'm currently reading this one book, but I know that the video that I'm currently filming, as of right now, I probably want to take a break in between books, and I want to also reread some books, which I'm very excited about. We're now gonna get into the unboxing, which I'm so excited about. We have this huge package. I'm gonna clip my microphone onto my shirt just so that I can have both hands, but the audio is not going to sound the greatest because of that, unfortunately. Hey, I don't know why, I don't like using the microphone when it's clipped onto my shirt because it looks so awkward. Like, it looks so bad. What even is this? Anyways, we have big unboxing, and there's this one thing that I am the most excited to open. Gotta open the package. Oh, so I got this from AliExpress, by the way. So there's a couple of things that I ordered. Okay, wow, we actually got a lot of packages. What I like about AliExpress is that they really do send all the items that you bought and then they just come together into your house. So it's just like one package. First of all, I got these whiteboard markers because I've been using my whiteboard for booktube and to kind of just organize what videos I'm currently filming, video ideas, and what I want to edit and everything. And I don't have a lot of whiteboard markers as of right now, so we are gonna see if this works. So I got some new ones with different colors. They also has a magnet and a rubber, so we're going to be testing these out later. And then I have this, which I bought for my phone because I had this before and then it broke, and then I got one that was this sticker where you stick on your phone, and I personally did not like that one because I like taking it off my what is it? I like taking it off my phone. So this actually also comes with the magnet sticker, which is pretty nice, which kind of means that I did not really need to buy the white one. But yeah, I'm gonna be sticking this on my phone, and this is just like a pop socket is, so you can just, you know, use it when you want to watch something. It's like a stand. It's really nice. I like having something on my phone. I don't know, using my phone alone, it just feels so slippery. So it's nice to have something that's like a little bit thicker that you can hold on. This is the most important part of the unboxing and the reason why I wanted to do it. So I got these two figurines, which are Genshin blind boxes. Did I really need to get this? Honestly, no. But then I bought it, and then after I bought it, I was like, did I really need to get this? But I got it anyways. I love Genshin. I kind of stopped playing it because the new updates have just been so confusing to me. There are too many new characters. I miss the old days. So I kind of stopped playing, and also it takes up so much time that I could be using to do something else. But even then, I still love Genshin. So I got these really small, I think, figurines. So I'm going to be using to decorate my room. And we're going to be unboxing them today. This is what I love. I love doing blind boxes. So we have a couple of characters. We have 𝐸, 𝐸𝐮, 𝐜𝐮𝐬𝐢𝐜. I don't know who this character is. I cannot see, but we have 𝐷𝐴𝐻, Ayato, Raiden. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to forget their names. Anyways, we have all these characters at the back. Very, very cute. I want 𝐷𝐴𝐻 because 𝐷𝐴𝐻 is my fave character, and maybe Kazuha. And the rest of them, I honestly cannot see who they are in the back because it's so tiny and the picture's not really clear because it's kind of blends in. But this is what it looks like. I got two. It's called the mini cute chubs party. So let's open it, guys. Oh, oh, oh. I think, is this, I cannot tell. Is this Farina? I feel like this is Farina. But look at this. It's so cute. It's so small as well. I'm gonna be putting it like on my desk decoration, but look at how cute this is. I also bought another one because why not get two? Hopefully I don't get the same. Oh my gosh, I got Xiao. Look how pretty this is. Whoa, Oh my god, these two are so cute, but 𝐻𝐨's one is so pretty. I'm pretty sure this is Farina. It looks like Farina. But wow, this looks so cute. Okay, I actually love these. I was afraid that I wouldn't like them, but actually they're so cute, and maybe I would want to get more in the future. Probably shouldn't. This is the one thing that I actually wanted to unbox. This is the reason why I started doing this video, and I will show you guys what it is once I open them. I'm actually really, really excited. I have been waiting for it to come for the longest of times. I'm glad that it comes in another box because it's very protected. Okay, this is what I wanted. This is the Genshin Impact popmart, and ever since it was announced, I was waiting for it to come to Australia, but unfortunately, they just never came to Australia, and it was really disappointing because I went to popmart. I wanted to see these in stores, but I ended up searching them up in AliExpress, and I was like, even if they're fake, I might as well just buy some. Turns out that AliExpress actually has a certified popmart store where they send stuff to Australia, and they had these there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to buy them. So I did. I bought two because the single boxes right now are sold out, which I don't really understand, because how can the single boxes be sold out if the full set is still available? That doesn't make sense to me, but okay. Anyways, we have the more older, like, original characters. So we have Barbara, Shanlin, 𝐵𝐮𝐻, Jean, Venti, Child, or Tartaglia, 𝐜𝐨𝐧𝐭, 𝐦𝐮𝐬𝐢𝐜, Yumiya, Toma, and Goru. And then we have the secret Venti. I don't really mind getting any, but I would want either 𝐵𝐮𝐻, Venti, 𝐜𝐵𝐴𝐧𝐭, or 𝐽𝐮𝐬. That's the ones that I want the most, or Shanlin. But I don't really mind in general, but all the outfits is so cute. So let's open it, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm quite nervous. You know what happens is I never end up getting the characters that I want, and it's so sad. Okay, trying to avoid getting the card. Okay. Honestly, I cannot tell by just feeling the plastic. I don't know. I cannot tell. Oh, Goru! I'm just joking. I literally never get the characters that I want. But you know what? It's okay. He's cute. He is so cute. The overall, like, figure, it feels so soft. I'll show you guys closer shots of everything because my camera, the front view does not do anything justice. But we have Goru. He has this cute little dog at the back. His outfit is so cute, and then he has a little tail. I'll be honest, yeah, not really the character that I wanted, but you know what, it's okay. Hopefully the next box will give me who I want. Please. Please. But knowing my luck, literally I never get what I want. I literally never. I feel like I accidentally looked at the card, but I don't know. Okay. Yes! Oh my god, this is what I wanted! 𝐵𝐮𝐻! Oh my god, I love him so much. He was one of my first 4-star characters that I really, really loved using, and I built him well and everything. And I loved using him. He still is part of, like, my main team sometimes. My main team is 𝐽𝐮𝐬, 𝐵𝐮𝐻, Zhongli, and Chi-Chi most of the time. But look at these, they're so cute. I'm so glad that I got 𝐵𝐮𝐻 because I actually did really want him. And then in the box we also have the cards of the characters. We have these 2 cards. And then we also have a stand, which is pretty nice. It's in the future. Will I buy more? Probably. I will also probably buy my sister some because she also likes Genshin. But yeah, this is the unboxing for today. I bought quite a lot of stuff, and I'm happy. I'm excited. I don't know what we're doing for the rest of the video, but it's gonna be filled with reading probably. I'm currently reading one book, which is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. I'm completing my Harry Potter reread. I was supposed to read this months ago, and I don't know, I've been wanting to finish it, but at the same time I didn't really have the motivation to pick it up until now. And then I was just like, you know what, I should finally finish rereading this series. I'm near the halfway point and I'm actually getting through it quite quickly, which I was a little bit nervous about because I am reading it in its physical form. You know, something that I've always questioned is why Harry broke up with Ginny in the Half-Blood Prince. I don't know why, but he does this whole thing where he's like, oh, I have to break up with you because you know we can't be together because people may use you because you are my weakness. And I think it's stupid because everyone will already know that you guys are dating each other. What does you breaking up with each other gonna do? Especially because you're literally best friends, you know, with her brother. So even if you broke up with her or not, wouldn't she still be counted as someone who could be used against you? Everyone knows that you dated her. Everyone knows that you liked her. You breaking up with her doesn't really make a difference. So what was the point of breaking her heart? You could have just been like, you know, I still like you. Or like, you could still be dating, but just say, oh, I have this important thing that, you know, I have to go through. But no, he just broke up with her. And I'm like, bruh, okay. They didn't even last like a year. I think it was probably half a year or something. I don't really know. Anyways, we're halfway through the book, so I want to finish it as soon as I possibly can. Also, we have this cute little bookmark. It's a magnetic bookmark and it's Hufflepuff because I am from Hufflepuff House. I have finally finished reading Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows and I'm so happy that I have managed to complete my reread of this series, and I really like the last book. Honestly, it's my favorite out of all of them, which you would hope that the finale or series is good. But yeah, I'm so glad that I finished reading Harry Potter, and next there are 3 books that I possibly want to reread. So I'm a little bit conflicted because I kind of want to read all of them and I just don't know which one to choose specifically. I have 2 physical book options. The first one is Raelia, where I started rereading Akane I think 2 years back at this point. I don't really remember, but I started rereading it for a video, just never really continued on with the rest of the series, and I love this series so much. I've reread it multiple times. I even went to the author's book signing, which was really cool. My first ever book signing and also my last book signing. Like, I've never been to another book signing after that, but every single year she had a new book in the series releasing, I would go and get my book signed. And I truly love this series. I love all the covers, they're beautiful. But I also want to read In the Afterlight because this is the last book in the Darkest Mind series, and I started rereading that I think last year, and then I just never continued on with the last book. So I don't know which one is better to pick up. And then I have another one that I want to read on my Kindle, which is The Fiery Heart, which is the 4th book in the Bloodline series. And I think I started rereading this ages ago, but I read the first 3 books and then just never continued on with the rest of the series because the first 3 books were my favorite, but I just also want to reread the series, so now I'm conflicted. Which one should I reread? I don't know. A part of me is like, I want to read The Fiery Heart, but then a part of me is also like, I want to read In the Afterlight. So I may as well just read both of them. I think one on my Kindle, one physical book. So I think I'm gonna go with that because I really want to finish rereading this trilogy, and I'm excited to explain what these 2 books are about. In the Afterlight is the last book in the Darkest Minds trilogy, and this is set in a dystopian world where there was this sickness or germ that spread which killed a lot of children, and if you didn't pass away, the children end up getting these type of powers which are organized into different colors. So we have green, blue, yellow, red, and orange, and those colors are basically the different levels of their power strength. For example, greens are usually just smart or analytical, and blues have telekinesis powers, yellow can control electricity or produce electricity, and oranges can basically mind control. Because of that, people became really scared of the kids, and then they rounded them up in camps, treated them really unfairly, Academy. So it's this whole dystopian government revolution type of book. And then we also have The Fiery Heart. This is basically a spin-off of the Vampire Academy series. So if you guys have ever read the Vampire Academies, it's about this girl named Rose who's best friends with the princess. And then in this book, we have Sydney and Adrian, who were characters that we see in the Vampire Academy. But basically, Sydney is an alchemist, meaning that she works with vampires, but she doesn't really like them. She works with them so that they don't get exposed to the human world, but she has a mission where she has to look after the princess of the vampire world. And then there's Adrian, who is a vampire, and there's this whole, I guess, like forbidden love kind of situation. And it is so good, the romance, and that's mainly why I want to read it. But also, I love the Vampire Academy, just like world in general. It's a badly written series, if I'm being honest, but sometimes those series where you can't take them seriously ends up being like better. And it's just a fun, entertaining read. It's been a while since I finished reading a book. Literally, I think when I first started this video, it was a couple weeks back. I just haven't been reading that much. I don't know, it's not because I lack the motivation, because I am enjoying the books that I'm reading, but I think it's just something in my brain doesn't really want to pick up a book, even though I'm trying and I'm trying to focus. It's crazy though, because in the afterlight, I could have gone through this book really quickly. I just took my time reading it, I guess, and read it in very small sections, but I have finished reading In the Afterlife, which I'm happy that I finally completed my reread of the trilogy. Definitely in the future, maybe many years later, I would probably pick up and reread the series again, because I love rereading my favorite series, which is why this is a reread video. Obviously, I kind of forgot what this video was, but anyways, I really enjoyed that In the Afterlife. Our main character Ruby, honestly, she gets more unhinged as the story continues, especially because of what the story surrounds. So obviously there's a lot of stuff going on, and our poor girl Ruby is she's going through a lot. So over time you really can see the change in her character, and honestly it's quite sad, because obviously this change has been forced upon her because of, you know, the things that she's experienced and the way that she was treated as a child by adults who are people who are supposed to protect her. I find it very interesting because I would say, antagonist is in a somewhat similar position to her, but obviously different circumstances. However, I feel like they're two sides of the same coin. They could have ended up being each other if the circumstances were different. So reading that was very interesting, and honestly also kind of heartbreaking, because they truly went through a lot in this book. In the beginning of the trilogy, Ruby was 10 years old. She literally gets sent to a camp, and because people feared these children after getting this germ, and then after that she escaped, and by the end of the book she is 17. So you can imagine that, from 10 to 17, absolutely wild, crazy time skip. Not even time skip, but you know what I'm talking about. The romance in this book is also so good. It's like my favorite. I love romance where there's like a unhinged female lead and then the male lead. It completely is there to just adore her. Does Liam have personality? Yeah, he does, but at the same time, he really is just there to be the male lead in this situation. But I love it when male leads completely adore their female lead, how they're always on their side, always reassures her that, you know, he's always there waiting for her, and the whole entire book is just him being her safe space, and I love romance like that, and I need more romance like that. So honestly, the romance is kind of part of the reason why I wanted to pick up this trilogy again and reread it, but definitely all the dystopian aspects and all the other characters as well. I loved everything, even though I will say it is a little bit graphic-ish. It's not super graphic, but yeah, it's just it's a dystopian series, so you know that certain and sad stuff is going to happen and that there may be certain hard stuff to read. So as I finished reading In the Afterlife, I'm gonna move on to reading Fiery Heart. I finished reading Fiery Heart, and you know, I think I knew the first couple of times that I reread it that it wasn't my favorite, that it wasn't as good as the first 3 books in the series. The first 3 books were so good. I'll be honest, this series really does focus on the relationship between Adrian and Sydney. That is the whole basis of what the series is about, even though it has this other plot. But the first 3 books, it was so good because we got this slow burn romance between Sydney and Adrian, which is technically forbidden love. We see Adrian kind of pining over Sydney and little subtle hints of him liking it, especially because the first 3 books are just from her point of view, and then we get to see Sydney's feelings for him develop, especially because with the type of person she is, she's more logical, kind of careful, especially because she grew up as an alchemist where they have this high responsibility, and there's some way they're like an organization, but it also feels like a cult. Maybe not a cult, but there's a specific way that alchemists needs to act, and she has the perfect traits for all of that. So when she first meets Adrian, who is a vampire, obviously she's scared of him, she doesn't really like him, and then over time, as she surrounds herself with these vampires, she slowly starts treating them as her friends. So I loved the first 3 books, and then in this book we get more of the relationship together, but they were just so lovey-dovey to the point where it felt kind of dramatic and cringy. There were some really cheesy lines that I had to look away because I was like, what is going on? We also get both Adrian's and Sydney's point of view, which I would have just loved having Sydney's point of view, but I kind of understand why we got both of them. I don't know, half of the time Sydney was just crying. They were professing their love for each other multiple times. The whole entire time they're just lusting over each other, and it's so constant. And then the rest of the book is basically them sleeping with each other, which it's not explicit at all, but it just got to a point where it was tiring because it was so repetitive. I will probably continue rereading the series because I know that the next book does get a little bit more interesting. However, if I were to ever reread it again, because I already know what happens in the overall series, I'm just going to read the first 3 books because the first 3 books are the greatest. That's it for today's video. I had a really fun time rereading some of my favorite series, and hopefully I will be able to start rereading more books that I read in the past, especially because a lot of them I've read when I was younger, so I kind of, want to refresh my mind. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, and all that jazz, and I will see you guys in another one. Bye!